the leash. It's the 285th league derby between Rangers and Celtic, and for the 285th time, it's personal. Very, very personal. Barry Ferguson, a veteran of these occasions now. It's his kind of stage. He just loves facing Celtic. Scott McDonald has scored in his last 4 games, including stoppage time winners against Milan and Gretna, and a hat-trick against Dundee United. Scott Brown will be snapping and snarling on his Old Firm debut, born to play in games like these. Lee McCulloch grew up supporting Rangers, dreaming of this kind of day, the chance to play for his heroes against Celtic. Who knows, he could be a hero himself. It's one of the must-see games in world football. Mike McCurry recently returned from Australia, where he ran the Melbourne Marathon, so if he doesn't keep up with play today, he has a bit of an excuse perhaps. Andy McCoy's and Tommy Burns played in a few of these. 2 famous clubs, 1 famous match. Rangers have won the last 2 Old Firm meetings. A decade has passed since they won 3 in a row in the league. You may think this game will go at 100 miles per hour, but I doubt if it'll be that slow. Charlie Adam stumbling immediately. It is the first Old Firm game of the season. The winner doesn't take it all. It just feels like they do if you lose it.
Well, Ian, the questions have been answered. Udi straight in at right back for Celtic. It's going to be a big day for him. As I said, I'd be surprised if Walter Smith doesn't try and target that area. It's Novo out there against him at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised to see McCulloch changing wings and putting Udi under some sort of aerial pressure too.
Kuzan and McManus go for that, and it's dug out by Naylor. Daniel Kuzan, one of several experiencing the Old Firm cauldron for the first time, and it'll be like nothing they've ever known before. Walter Smith usually relishes these occasions. He's got the better of Gordon Strachan twice since returning to Ibrox. The flag is up for offside to frustrate Celtic.
Well, it was offside given against Scott Brown, who's actually up front with Scott McDonald. Another surprise from Gordon Strachan. You can see it's a tight one, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Scott Brown, a lot of pressure on his hamstring in particular, because when you're playing up front you are going to try and run into channels, so it'll be interesting to see how that works early on.
Papach now. Thompson. Quaylar. It's aimed towards Nacho Novo. It's turned away by Darren O'Dea. And now Nakamura. Papach. Nacho Novo. Away by Caldwell, but only to Adam. Novo can try again. Got the free kick off Darren O'Dea.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for O'Dea in there with Novo, because as soon as the ball lands at Novo's feet, you can see what he wants to do. He's going to take him on. He's going to test the youngster in there. It's a great position as well for Barry Ferguson. A right foot in-swinger, right on top of Boric, I think.
Weir and Quaylar joining McCulloch and others in there. chance for Rangers. Ferguson delivers. Adam whipping that in. Now Nakamura. Donati. Brown, who was certainly involved in a few thrillers against Rangers in his Hibs days. Quite often got the better of them. Brown chasing, we're holding him off. It's Nakamura, Papac's clearance was poor, and it's a decent try from Scott McDonald, which has been turned away for a corner.
Oh, it's great football from both sides. Start with a Rangers attack and then Celtic go out on the counter. When it lands here, it's Scott McDonald's got so much to do, but look at that touch from McGregor. Great striking play though from McDonald. It's the only thing he can do. McGregor was equal to it.
McDonald, less than impressed with Weir, and there's a Barney already inside 5 minutes of the Old Firm game. Mike McCurry desperately trying to calm things down, but Scott McDonald raging.
You can see here, Scott McDonald on McGregor. McGregor just trying to get across McDonald and he's not happy. He's a silly boy. So early in this match to get involved like that.
Well, however hyped up you are, and you really are hyped up for these games, you can't afford to do foolish things like that. It is a Celtic corner. Mike McCurry keeping a close watch as Nakamura sends it in. Charlie Adam clears it. Busy start for him, but then he probably kind of expected that. Stray from Evander Snow.
It's going to be a difficult afternoon for Scott McDonald up there. Certainly got a little bit easier with the inclusion of Brown next to him, but still going to be more difficult. Brown will drop into a midfield role when required.
Quayla tested by McDonald. Now Novo, who spent most of the season so far on the bench. But he's a popular player with the Rangers fans. Always gives his all and a bit more besides. Novo, cut out by Nakamura. Snow now for Jarosik, whose only 2 starts this season have been against Milan and Rangers. He doesn't bother with the smaller games. Ferguson for Adam. Quayla. Up towards Kuzan, closely watched by McManus. Darren O'D hasn't had much of a look in for Celtic this season. His only previous appearance was as a sub against Spartak Moscow. What a game to come into. Out of position as well. McCulloch skipping over Jarosik's challenge. Thompson almost in bother. Evander Snow chasing Quayla, but he stayed calm. On by Kuzan, no takers, although Charlie Adam first onto it. Novo back. Charlie Adam earns a corner for Rangers.
Well, that was poor play from Celtic. It's a straightforward backward header from Kuzan into an area, and it looked like it was far easier for a Celtic body to pick that one up. Charlie Adam got on the end of it. It's resulted in a corner.
Boris has the Celtic fans behind his goal. He has a corner to contend with from Charlie Adam. There's a bit of push. A free kick for Celtic, and Darren O'Dea took a sore one.
See Weir going up. Quillar coming on at the back as well, and just a push.
Well, it's not the right back jinx again, is it? All right backs injured at the club at the moment. And Gordon Strachan having to play Darren O'Dea in that role.
I mean, if anything is untoward, I hope it wouldn't be from a Celtic point of view this early on in the game, but Kennedy, of course, warming up there. O'Brien as well. Either could come on. Caldwell could eventually push across into that right back slot that Gordon Strachan was a little bit tetchy about before the game. But Stuart Little had decided that O'Dea was going to go in a right back, and that is the way it is at the moment, and O'Dea looks fine.
O'Dea is okay. O'Dea has returned. McDonald, Nakamura. He's got a free kick, and you don't suppose he'll fancy it himself by any chance?
You think so? Just Weir trying to win the ball in there. I think Nakamura goes over quite easily, but you can see he's playing for it. I think Weir just has to stand his ground there and not dive in. Certainly a dangerous area to give a foul away when Nakamura's on the side.
It sure is. We've seen him score some fantastic free kicks in his time in Scotland, and Rangers have every reason to be worried here.
This one's slightly difficult, or more difficult than usual, because it's more central, this one. But McGregor's top left-hand corner, I'm sure, will be the target.
Nakamura hasn't scored in an Old Firm game yet. He still hasn't. A slip as he struck it.
Well, it can happen to the best of them. To see there his standing foot slipping, his balance is gone.
And there we were giving him the big build-up as well. Having a place. Scored a couple of hat-tricks against Celtic in his time as a player. And what a time it was. Hutton's throw. Should be a Rangers free kick. McCulloch and McManus entangled. This could be interesting. Carlos Quillar and David Weir will trot up. Kuzan, McCulloch in there too. Charlie Adam drills it. Boris takes it. Harry Ferguson desperately tried to get a flick on. Celtic not hanging around. Nakamura, and offside. Scott McDonald. McGregor's out sharp anyway.
Well, it was a nice little ball through, but did McDonald just go a yard or so too soon? You can see him trying to stay onside, and for me, he's on line. The initial pass. He darts his run. It's a great ball in earlier from Charlie Adam for Rangers. Just needed to get a little touch. But Boric was sharp. I think set pieces are going to be so important in this match.
Lee Naylor yet to recapture his form of last season. Novo. Opportunity here. McCulloch's effort though blocked by McManus.
Novo wanted that one back from McCulloch. He was going for the 1-2. He took a dunt on the knee as well. We spoke about it before the match. We thought that both teams would be 4-5-1, and that sort of said fairly defensive from both sides, but that's just not been the way it's turned out. Kuzana's up there with Novo, and McCulloch is up in support as well, so it's almost a 3 up front for Rangers.
Donati, Nakamura. Caldwell. That's a little loose. And here's Barry Ferguson. And Novo. Donati. McDonald chasing. Carlos Cuellar goes with it. And Cuellar wins that particular duel. Hutton. One of many rampaging runs from Hutton this season. Here's Kuzan. Well, Gary Caldwell had to come across to complete the corner.
Well, it's just as I was saying, this game is wide open. Both sides going for it. It's great to see. Good football as well. Kuzan just tries to turn inside. It's good defending.
A quarter of an hour played. It's been fast and frantic, it usually is when these two meet. Charlie Adams' corner. Cuellar trying to get near it, but he was closely guarded. The old firm aiming to lay down some markers as they meet for the first time this season. Ferguson's throw. Foul given against Kuzan, who was sandwiched anyway. Rangers 3 points behind Celtic in the SPL table. They cannot afford to slip 6 points behind, even at this stage of the season. A glance from Jarosik. McDonald now for Scott Brown. Brown up against Hutton. That's a foul by Brown.
Well, if there was any doubts over his hamstring, they've just gone. It seems to be intact. It's a real sprint for this one from Scott Brown. Not holding back at all. There's a push in the back of Hutton. So far, one of the game plans from Celtic has been to launch the ball into Jarosik, who's been sitting uptight with Hutton at times. He's been getting the flicks on. And from there, it's Brown and McDonald who have been running off.
Gordon Strachan has plenty to say, as usual. Ian Bryan's the fourth official. Here's Novo. Caldwell pipped Ferguson to it, and offside against Scott McDonald.
Well, that was unlucky from Caldwell. It was a great tackle on Ferguson.
Celtic Celtic have 1 on 5 of their last 9 visits to Ibrox. That is a very recent record. Yarrison. Taken out by McCulloch.
Well, McCulloch wasn't happy. He felt there was minimal contact there.
Donati returns it to Naylor. Yarrison comes to meet it. McDonald. He's still hanging in there. So are Celtic. Donati. Nakamura. He has support from Darren O'Dea and he's going to need that support. Delivery though.
Yeah, you can see he didn't want it on his right foot, O'Dea. He opened his body up and took it onto his left side, but the cross was poor in the end.
Well, Walker Smith has come downstairs already to have words with Ali McCoist. Kenny Bedell. Adam coming off the ref. Novo. Papak's catching ground, but Mike McCurry happy to let that one go. Celtic had the ball, but they don't have it now. McCulloch and Kuzan. And McCulloch gets a free kick now.
Well, that was a good sharp play in midfield from Rangers. They look lively in there. They're picking up a lot of second ball. And when they do pick it up, they're driving quickly at the Celtic defence. And that caused a problem for McManus on that occasion.
Well, Celtic have Nakamura and Rangers have Charlie Adam, who has scored his fair share of free kicks.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if the wall stays put this time and doesn't jump. It happened last time when Adam just stroked it underneath the wall.
McCurry happy with that wall. It's left then for Charlie Adam. Boris had it covered. Over and out.
Yeah, it's a good free kick. Almost does what he's trying to do. It's that top left-hand corner. It's got enough pace. It's got some bend on it, but it can't dip in time.
Rangers excelling in Europe right now, but stumbling in the SPL, beaten by Hearts and Hibs recently. Just 4 points from the last 12 on offer.
You can see it's a problem at the moment for Celtic to try and get Donati on the ball as he is at the moment, because Ferguson and Adam are pushing right up on him in the snow. That means Celtic are not being able to get into a normal, patient passing game.
Carlos Cuellar always fancied that. Here's McCulloch. Now Hutton. Stupid challenge really from Yuri Yarrison. Mike McCurry wants a word. Baft.
Yeah, there's a little bit of niggle over on that side. Yarrison against Hutton and McCulloch. Just leaves his leg in.
Just a warning for Yuri Yarrison. Passions running high.
I can see there the closing down from Rangers midfield. Thompson, that time, in on Nakamura. Novo and Adam weren't far away.
So we're progressing down this line. Another throw for O'Dea. 'Van der Snow.
1
Nakamura picks out Donati. Naylor. David Weir jostling with McDonald. Oh, Nacho Novo's mistake has let Scott McDonald in. And McGregor, much to Novo's relief, grabs that.
Well, that's not the first mistake from Novo, but the other ones went in a dodgy area. This certainly is. Gifts that one to McDonald.
Kuzan flicked it on, but nobody ahead of him. David Weir, hounded by Scott Brown, but it's a Rangers throw. Scott Brown, a surprise inclusion for Celtic after his hamstring problem. (50-50) in terms of possession. The old firm locked together at 0-0. Not too many clear signs of goal yet, but plenty of hustle and bustle, as usual. The noise levels have been raised inside Ibrox, and they were already pretty loud anyway. Snow's got Naylor available. What was he doing there? Alan Hutton encouraged. And Hutton taken out by Donati. McCurry will want a word with the Italian, who's also having a word with Hutton.
Well, it was Snow put his team under all sorts of pressure. Ridiculous pass from Snow. He could have just side-footed it to Donati. He tried the more difficult one, and that meant that Donati had to do the chasing back. It's earned him the yellow card.
Well, if he wasn't going to get a booking for the tackle, he probably was for a little bit of afters with Hutton. Charlie Adams free kick. Boruc there with a good take. He's let some soft goals in lately, uncharacteristically.
Yeah, there's too much height in that one. That allows Boruc to see it coming. There's no real pressure on him. Certainly in the midfield area, Celtic haven't managed to get the passing going yet.
Nakamura. And Yarrison.
This is what Yarrison will try and do, get up in support of his front two. He didn't catch that one at all well though.
Yarrison out of favour until recently, certainly a frustrating player. I do get the feeling there's a lot more in him than he shows. McCulloch. It's away by O'D. Weir.
Yeah, Eddie Weir just forced that one a little bit. He went for the long killer pass. I think keeping possession would have been better.
Novo. Kuzan. Ferguson has a little bit of room. That could be ominous for Celtic. Alan Hutton fell over, got back up. And that's a wicked cross! It's in from Nacho Novo! And Rangers strike first on Derby Day in Glasgow.
Well, it hasn't been a good start for Nacho Novo, but when you can do that, it doesn't matter. He gets it at the back post, but you have to say it's all down to Alan Hutton. Ferguson picked the ball up in a great area with tons of space. And he eventually fed the ball to Hutton. Look, he gets up Hutton, he slips. One thing on his mind, get that ball in the box. O'D doesn't go and attack it. Caldwell lets it go. And Novo, well, he's the one that puts his head on the end of it. Great time to get a goal as well, just before half an hour. Rangers have settled best in this match.
A cracking cross from Hutton, but Novo has his 4th goal of the season and his 4th goal in Old Firm games. In fact, nobody on the park at the moment has scored more goals in Glasgow derbies than Novo.
I think that's why he's included in the team today. What Smith said before the match. He's been looking lively. He tends to do well in these games. Whether he's playing up front or wide left of the midfield or wide right, he knows where the goal is.
Donati, the Jarosik, and Quaylar to the clearance, which came off Jarosik, so it'll be a Rangers throw. And the Ibrox faithful are loving this.
Just the fact here you see O'D is caught ball watching. I think that Caldwell too, he can clear it. And normally speaking for O'D in that situation, it isn't his left foot, he can clear it quite easily.
Here's Charlie Adam, and he's got Novo spare. Novo again! Really?
Well, he's got a choice here. He can take it first time, or he can take a touch. He chose the latter. I think then the angle was gone. Could maybe gone for it with his left foot, but favoured his right. Couldn't bring it inside enough to give him the angle to get around Boris.
Rangers a goal to the good. And it feels very good for their faithful followers. Smith has an excellent record in Old Firm matches, of course. He's only lost 7 out of 36. He's looking for hat-trick of wins over Gordon Strachan. Quaylar. They're jumping at Ibrox right now. But Celtic's powers of recovery are well known. Well, Scott Brown is in trouble. He's lunged it on Sasa Papac, and it's a yellow card for Brown.
Yeah, it's daft. It's a poor area as well to do it in, right in front of the linesman. Never going to get away with that. See the linesman there? Sees that one very clearly. No choice but to give him a yellow card, Arian.
It's part of his game that you just can't take away, sadly. Needless, pointless, reckless. And Brown joins Donati and McDonald in the book. And Gordon Strachan's got something to say to Ian Browns about it. Scott Brown has to tread carefully, and when you're Scott Brown, that's not too easy. Caldwell launching it, Quaylar underneath it. Kuzan. Later we'll have all the results on Football Saturday from 4 on Satanda Sports 1, followed by Aston Villa against Manchester United. Scott Brown is rattled, Celtic are behind. Hutton created the goal for Novo.
I can see what Scott Brown's trying to do. He's trying to get right in about Rangers. He's spur his team on. But at times you'll have to watch he doesn't go too far.
Well, Celtic have failed to score in their last 2 Old Firm games. Last time they went 3 Glasgow derbies in a row without scoring was incredibly 50 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they are the top league scorers in British football, and Rangers will know that against Celtic 1 goal is never enough. They have to go forward, they have to get a second. We've seen it so often with Celtic. They just love coming from behind.
Here's Lee McCulloch. He's got Ferguson nearby. Kevin Thompson. David Weir. Sasa Papac. Thompson. Given some space, but then gave it away to Donati. McGregor coming to deal with it. Kevin Thompson had a bit of a clash with Gary Caldwell. All part of the Old Firm game. O'D. Snow. Donati. Naylor outside of him. Naylor's centre is poor, as a few have been this season. And a man who could do a little wrong last season.
Yeah, it hasn't worked for Naylor. Certainly in an attacking sense this season. With balls like that, you can see why. But that's the problem for Celtic all round so far in this match. After 35 minutes, they can't seem to find a teammate. And Rangers in there in that midfield area, as we described before the match, which would be a vital key area in this match. And so far, Rangers are dictating things in there.
Celtic have plenty of time though to put things right. They usually do put things right. Naylor blocked that. Here's Donati. Stopped by Quayler. Scott Brown. Naylor. Brown. Quayler is proving to be a formidable barrier, but Scott McDonald never merrily gives up on anything. Kevin Thompson putting himself about, and a bit more. Ferguson. Free kick Rangers.
Well, this really is a great game of football. Total commitment from both sides. That time it's Jarosik who just catches, and it's Naylor as well that comes across Ferguson.
Weir. Turned away by O'D. Foul anyway by Novo. Jarosik ran into Thompson. Ferguson. Aimed towards Kuzan. And Boruc will claim that, but it wasn't a bad try.
He was unlucky. You see exactly what he was trying. Boruc was a couple of yards off his line.
Scott Brown. It's going away from Darren O'D, much to the delight of 3 sides of Ibrox.
That has happened on a number of occasions in this first half. Celtic in possession. We saw Snow doing it earlier on, and now Scott Brown just giving it away. No pressure on the ball either.
each other's way. Adam rather rushed. Ferguson not impressed with him. Donati. Gets it back from Jarosik. Naylor. Straight to Hutton. Scott McDonald will settle for a throw. He's been up and down like a yo-yo from the director's box to the dugout in this first half. Naylor ready for a long throw. Celtic seeking an old firm equaliser. Jarosik not allowed to get near it. Donati may well give it back to Naylor. McCulloch stops the service. Naylor's long throw. Quaylar, who's been magnificent in this first half, launching himself at it. Naylor will try again though. Nobody on the far post. Rangers are going to be forced into a change with half-time approaching. Stephen Whittaker is going to be coming on soon for his first taste of the Old Firm experience.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of uncertainty. You can see Ali McCoy shouting on to Barry Ferguson, asking how he is. He obviously took a knock. He's limping slightly, so if there is going to be a change, it'll be Whittaker for Ferguson.
Jarosik now. Oh, terrific try! And a fine save from McGregor, because that came at him at some force.
Just shows you what he is capable of doing. Jarosik. It's a great strike. Fully 30 yards out. Good fingertips from McGregor.
Barry Ferguson definitely struggling for Rangers, and the captain would be a big loss. Nakamura.
I think Barry Ferguson's trying to get to half-time so they can assess it. It'll give them another 5 minutes or so on this pitch.
Stephen Whittaker has put his top back on, so he's not going to be with us just yet. They probably will wait till half-time. Naylor. It's away by Charlie Adam. Kuzan. Horrible clash with McManus, and both in need of treatment.
Well, that doesn't look good. Both players went down very quickly and stayed down. Oh. Totally committed towards the ball, both players. It's a real clash of heads though. It looks like McManus has come out the worst. He's now back on his feet.
Ferguson definitely carrying a knock, but he spotted that Stephen Whittaker was getting ready. He said, no, hang on a moment, let's see this one through to half-time. So Kuzan on his feet, but the man is still being given treatments. Strachan and Gary Pendry finding themselves behind at Ibrox, but then they found themselves behind before a few times and got themselves out of bother.
You can see there that's Kuzan coming in from the side. Makes real contact with McManus. This looks ominous.
Yes, he doesn't stay down for no reason. And Stephen McManus's welfare causing concern for Celtic. They do have John Kennedy on the bench, but they won't want to lose their captain. Kennedy warming up just in case. But it doesn't look very good for McManus at all. And of course a Champions League date to come in the week as well against Benfica.
Oh, he took the full brunt of Cousin's head there. You could tell as well by the speed and quickly the physios came on the park. They'd seen it, they realised it was a bad one.
Daniel Cousin there just been told to stay off the pitch because of course he had treatment as well, so he can't come back on just yet. Gotta wait your turn, Daniel. But sadly for Celtic, their skipper is being stretchered off. And we hope that that is not as bad as it looks. Cousin, all smiles there, but wanted to check how McManus was. It's been a lengthy delay at the end of the first half, but it's game over for Stephen McManus and both sets of players sussing out the situation.
I think that does mean that eventually Caldwell will fill in at right back. Kennedy would come in the central area. I think that would be the case.
More defensive problems for Gordon Strachan, but we'll be more worried about something McManus for now. John Kennedy is going to come on in his place. It's his first Old Firm game for 3.5 years, but he does have a good excuse. Out injured, of course, for so long after a succession of knee operations. Probably disappointed not to start today. Aaron O'D given the right back role, but he's going to make a healthy contribution anyway for Celtic. Sadly, though, Stephen McManus is stretchered off. We'll certainly try and get some news on McManus. But on comes Kennedy with Gary Pendry and Gordon Strachan giving him final instructions. So Kennedy is on, and it is going to be a Kennedy and OD partnership in the heart of defence with Gary Caldwell at right back.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Certainly with Novo now playing on this left-hand side. Before the match, wouldn't have really known that, Gordon Strachan, but Caldwell definitely more accustomed to playing that right-back role. And these two young lads, the centre of defence for Celtic, they're very well capable.
Well, the game was held up for 5 minutes then. But there's only going to be 4 added on. We'll find there may be a bit more than that. So John Kennedy gets his first touch. Donati. Offside. Scott McDonald.
Well, that is the problem for Celtic at the moment. When Donati and Snow get on the ball, Rangers, as you can see here, can keep a high line. They're not terrified of McDonald's pace in behind. Certainly with Quiller on that side, they know they can get back at him. So keep that high line and they can play offside.
Scott McDonald's been responsible for those offsides, I think. Daniel Cousin. Is he going to get away from Mike McCurry that quickly? As he rose with OD, having just cropped McManus before.
Yeah, he didn't time that one right, but he's doing the right thing. He's coming in from the side. trying to just nick the ball on. It makes it difficult for a central defender.
O'D now for Naylor. So it's very much a makeshift defence for Celtic. Snow, Brown, and Barry Ferguson steps in to calm things down for Rangers. Drop quality from the captain. And Kuzan jostling with Kennedy. Donati for Naylor. Deep into stoppage time, but there's a bit to go yet after that horrible injury to Stephen McManus. Nakamura avoiding Novo's wild kick. Jarosik decides to deliver. Turned away by Papac. Gary Caldwell. Free kick has gone against Caldwell. And that is half-time, in fact. Nacho Novo, a man for the Old Firm occasion, scored the goal, but he had Alan Hutton to thank, because it really was an invitation to score. A wicked centre from Hutton, and Novo on the end of it. Celtic lost their captain Stephen McManus to injury as well, so not the best of hearts for them. They haven't offered as much yet, that's not to say they won't. Masters of a good comeback. Ferguson fed Hutton, he actually fell over just before then, but he got up quickly. It swerved in behind the defenders, who didn't deal with it but perhaps should have, and Novo was there to pounce. Half-time in the first Old Firm game of the season at Ibrox. Rangers 1, Celtic 0.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Clydesdale Bank, always on the ball.
Tenants, proud to support Scotland, wherever it takes us, whatever it takes.
Stand by.
There's a fine line between winning and losing. Sometimes, just a few millilitres.
New from Wrigley
Extra Fusion Sugar-Free Gum. Now in tasty raspberry, blackcurrant, grapefruit and orange, pineapple, banana flavours.
Afternoon, Salad Dodgers. How are we today?
Slim.
Hi, boys. What are you doing? You just looking at the pictures?
That's where I'm going, Liverpool.
No chance.
It's the new signings and everything. I'm not an expert.
You're definitely not an expert.
How can I take a man who's got a curly perm seriously?
I tell you your problem, you're all that. Why don't you put a few quid on
But
it?
I am going to. I'm going to have a cheeky punt because I put my money where my mouth is. Yeah, good one, yeah.
Ladbrokes, everyone's got an opinion. What's yours worth?
They know nothing these days.
Had to have that drink, didn't you, Dad? Now who's going to take me to school?
What are we going to do when you lose your license?
So you're banned from driving. I've got to sack you, son.
The consequences of drink driving just start with being arrested. Don't risk it.
Think about this. When you buy a car, you buy a new piece of yourself. Something that's yours, but not a part of your body. You buy the obligation to feed it, the compulsion to clean it, the duty to protect it. And you buy the impulse to compare your car with other cars, and yet you buy it anyway. Which leaves you wondering, who's in charge in this relationship?
Autoemoción.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Clydesdale Bank, always on the ball.
1-0 Rangers half-time at Ibrox. All the results coming your way on Football Saturday. Stata Sports 1 from 4 o'clock. And after that, live action from England, the Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa against Manchester United. Watch it with us. Well, the last time Rangers won 3 Old Firm matches back-to-back was 1997. If they can do so again here, they'll go joint top of the SPL with Celtic, and they're 1-0 up halfway through. I don't know what you call the collective word for Scotland coaches, but we've got a gaggle of them with us in the studio, Alec McLeish and Roy Aitken. For Celtic, Alec is losing Stephen McManus late on in that half, almost as serious as losing a goal to Rangers.
Oh, that's a killer blow for Celtic, I feel. I'm not saying they can't recover from the setback, but certainly Rangers finished that half in the ascendancy. After the goal, Rangers started to play some nice football. Up to then it was stalemate, both teams cancelling each other out. As we said, a very congested midfield, and I couldn't see a goal threat anywhere. Rangers admittedly a little bit more of a presence for me than Celtic at the moment.
Do Celtic have to change their plan in the second half to be more attack-minded?
I think a little bit more progressive in the game. I think obviously when you're a goal down now, you're chasing the match. It'll suit Rangers to soak up the pressure. I think the 2 centre-backs, Queller and Davy Weir, have been outstanding so far. No real threat. You know, when that came out a free kick, which you made a mess of, and I got a set, 30 yarder, that's the only threat Celtic have had. So, although Scott Brown has been given the role to try and get forward and support McDonald, I do believe they might need to think about, a little bit more change in the formation and go maybe to 2 strikers.
Although I think this was a threat early on, because Alan McGregor stretched out his right glove to turn it away. It was a hook shot from Scott McDonald that was on target.
It was the early part of the game. I think it was very even, end to end, quite open the early part of the match. Good effort here from Scott McDonald, and it's a terrific save because overhead kick. At that, I thought the keeper missed it, but you see it behind the goals. He actually gets a finger dip touching around the post. Very good save.
Yeah, I think the game needed a bit of inspiration from something like that, Rob. A little bit out of the ordinary, and it was a spectacular overhead kick for Celtic to get something. And you know, the Rangers goal obviously was a little bit inspirational as well.
Yeah, the selection of Nacho Novo may be a surprise to some, but he's a big match player. He scores old firm goals. He scored the goal which took Rangers to this season's Champions League. That's how valuable he is on the big occasions. He's done it again, although there will be all sorts of questions being asked in that Celtic back four.
It's a good build-up, and it is a great ball. It's that ball between the defence and the goalkeeper. It always causes problems, but I think looking at it, Dan O'Day will be kicking himself because he's seen his position. He's got Novo at the back post, just hasn't kept his eye on him, closed himself up watching the ball too much, and he skips in front of him.
Is that a player playing out of position, Alec?
Is that, sorry, Darren O'Day?
Darren O'Day.
Yeah, it's not his natural position, of course, but I think the three defenders can have a wee look at it themselves. You know, Big Stevie, I think, was thinking, if I touch this, it's going in the back of my own net.
And it's about a collective unit, isn't it?
And Gary Caldwell, you know, he kind of, you see him sucking his tummy in almost and letting the ball go by him. And O'Day, of course, was beaten just by taking his eye off wee Nacho for a split second, and it was fatal.
Yeah, this is the one Roy was talking about, long range from Yuri Jarosik. This is what he's capable of when he stirs himself, and it produced a decent stop from McGregor.
He hasn't done enough of this, and his role is to obviously try and link in into those little areas. He is capable. He can be a match winner on his day, but you know, over the piece for Celtic, Gordon's been very, very sporadic in his selection of him. He's capable of hitting a 30-yarder, and that's another very good save. But there hasn't been enough of that from Celtic over the course of that first half.
So Rangers have their noses in front, 1-0 up at half-time. These Celtic fans looking for a revival, but the Rangers supporters well happy with the state of play. Second half on the way.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Clydesdale Bank, always on the ball.
This weekend, our Barclays Premier League double kicks off with Football Saturday. All the late scores and results as they happen in the build-up to Villa Man U live. Unbeaten in 3, but a tough test for Villa now Fergie's big guns have finally found the targets. Then Monday night at 7, Newcastle Spurs. Martignol's season might be summed up by the F word, frustrating. Can Tottenham finally kickstart their season with a big night out in Toon? The Barclays Premier League live on Setanta Sports.
Good. Just watching this. Good lad. Hey, good boy. In a bit. Good lad. Go on then. Come on then. Come on. Go on. Oh, unlucky.
Check it out, everybody, here we go. Non-stop, keep it jumping off the floor. Jump! Bust through the roof like whoa. Goes to the top with the cream of the crop. We getting down in your town. Spread that funk all around. Stomping on the ground. Yeah, we be up in the place. They want more. You got.
Russian Standard Vodka. Russia's #1 premium vodka.
Is it worth the effort? It's going to be worth more than that.
Time to hand over the reins.
We believe that hard work has its rewards. That's why Scotland's best business bank is backing Glasgow's bid for the Commonwealth Games in 2014. Visit Clydesdale Bank at cbonline.co.uk.
This year, plan early with Argos's new Christmas gift guide.
Yeah, and I, Teddy. Thanks.
Packed with over 2,000 inspirational ideas.
Happy New Year! It's only October. Every year.
Pick up the Argos Christmas gift guide in store now.
5-megapixel Cybershock phone from Sony Ericsson.
E.ON are here and they're changing energy for good. They're developing one of the world's largest offshore wind farms, right here in the UK. This is what change feels like.
Get ahead with this week's top deals at Argos. Save up to a third on selected mobiles like this Samsung E900 now under £65. Don't shop for it, Argos it.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Clydesdale Bank, always on the ball.
It's Rangers 1, Celtic 0, and Artur Boruc hasn't endeared himself anymore to the Rangers supporters ahead of the restart. 1-0 Rangers, back to Scott, back to you.
Well, Celtic will start the second half. 3 times in their last 8 matches they've come from behind to win. They sure know how to do that. But in an Old Firm game, it is going to take something special to do it. Nacho Novo's goal, giving Rangers a slender lead. And Celtic, of course, have lost their captain. Stephen McManus stretched it off, resulting in a rejig of their back line, which was already a bit short on numbers. Evander Snow. Caldwell now playing at right back. Oh, it's going to drop here for Jarosik! What a fantastic block from Alan Hutton to put him off.
Well, I still think that's a real chance. I'm not sure how close Hutton gets. The ball comes in, eventually drops to Jarosik. He sees it coming from a long way off. I think that if he gets that on target, Hutton's not there quick enough. But Hutton doing very well to try and get across anyway. It was slack right at the start of this second half from Rangers.
Yuri Jarosik didn't really make the most of it for Gordon Strachan. Celtic will be hoping the second half continues in that vein, though, as they attempt to put Rangers on the rack. Thompson. He's going to get a free kick off Jarosik eventually, is he? Yes. You could see that coming.
You see Thompson holding Jarosik off. I don't think the Celtic player did too much wrong there, to be honest.
Rangers have only won 6 of the last 26 league encounters between the Old Firm, but they have a slender advantage here. Naylor. Foul by McDonald on Cuellar.
Yeah, he just nudged Cuellar when the ball was in the air. Cuellar had his eye on the ball. McDonald Just trying to gain an advantage here, you can see.
Ferguson, who seems to have shrugged off that knock that he took towards the end of the first half. Ferguson wanted a free kick off OD, but he's not getting it.
Ferguson tried to make the run into the channel. Barry Ferguson tried to dink it right in there for him. What a tangle of legs, really, I think.
Offside here against Scott McDonald again. McDonald with 6 goals in his last 4 games. He's a live wire.
And I think he missed a target man up front with him in the first half. He was trying to get into that left channel, but Quayla dealt with that quite easily.
Lee Naylor is down injured now. Celtic defenders dropping by the minute. Curse of the fullback, striking Celtic again.
Well, Gordon Strachan's already said that he doesn't have another left-sided fullback, so he certainly won't want to see Naylor going off the pitch. Certainly is the one area on the Celtic side that doesn't have cover. Right back does have cover, but when you've got 3 or 4 players out injured, it's difficult to deal with. But on the left side, there's only Naylor really.
Strachan has already lost his captain, Stephen McManus, to injury today. Lee Naylor is going to be all right.
Well, I think Rangers are going to just try and soak things up for the first 10-15 minutes of the second half. They know that Celtic will come at them. They try and get that goal back early on.
Naylor returns. Scott Brown giving some advice by his manager. Naylor having to get involved straight away, and he gets a free kick. Yarosic's flick, McDonald. He's got a free kick, Kevin Thompson the offender, and this could be handy for Celtic.
Yeah, again it's a little bit overzealous from Thompson. Just needs to jockey Scott McDonald. That's allowed Nakamura to bend one end with his left foot. A dangerous area. Although Celtic have injuries, they still have real height and physique in there.
Nakamura does indeed send it in, and it's going to come down here for Caldwell to have a go, and again. The route blocked.
Well, that was some strike. He caught that one very well, Caldwell. I think it's McGregor that stands his ground.
Tough side again against Scott McDonald.
It's a good ball in from Nakamura. Rangers deal with that one. Not well enough though from Hutton. And it is McGregor who gets in front of Quayla. It's a strong hand to it. Caldwell really connects there.
Credit to Alan McGregor, who saw that one coming. Couldn't get him quite quickly. McCulloch, Kuzak. The said about that one, the better, from Lee McCulloch. Lee McCoy's now part of Walter Smith's coaching staff.
I think Gordon Strachan's just made a little change there. He's got Scott Brown out to this left-hand side now, and Yarosic's pushed up closer to Scott McDonald. Gordon Strachan just tweaking it a little bit.
Donati. Cleared by Weir. Naylor. Charlie Adam. Hutton. Everybody has come on leaps and bounds over the last year, Alan Hutton. And he's causing Celtic problems again. And John Kennedy is going to get a yellow card for that foul, the fourth Celtic man to be booked today.
Well, Alan Hutton just becoming a great example of how difficult it is for defenders to deal with players who are willing to run at them. He forces defenders to make decisions.
Barry Ferguson wanted to take that quickly, but Mike McCurry having none of it. Charlie Adam alongside Ferguson, capable from range. But Quaylar and Weir have gone up for a possible cross. Charlie Adam whips it in, but it's easy for Boris. Not what Rangers required. Naylor. Donati. Gordon Strachan shouted handball. And it has been pulled back a bit rather belatedly.
Yeah, that was a clear handball. It was right in front of Gordon Strachan as well.
Gordon would have put the flag up if the assistant referee hadn't.
You see Donati just trying to bend the ball round Charlie Adam. It hits his arm.
Ali McCoy's trying to see the funny side of it. Darren O'Dea making his first start of the season, began it right back now alongside John Kennedy in the heart of the defence after McManus went off. Snow. Nakamura caught out by the always lively Novo. Kuzan forced a little wide. Novo! Ferguson was in there as well, but it didn't reach him. Hutton, typical of the way he's playing at the moment. Kuzan takes over. Caldwell clears, only as far as McCulloch. Novo! It's in! Rangers are 2 up! Ferguson in the thick of it. And Celtic's day goes from bad to worse.
Well, it's all because Rangers are on the front foot, not allowing Celtic to play. They're picking up balls in midfield. Nakamura with a mistake initially, that gave Rangers the impetus to get forward, but once the ball dropped to Barry Ferguson, he had so much to do. And the ball eventually comes forward through Hutton. It's a nice ball in actually from Kuza into a dangerous area. Doesn't get cleared well enough. It just drops for Ferguson. He turns and it's instinctive. He gets a bit lucky when it drops, but just look how aware he is of where that ball is. And he nips in between the 2 young centre-halves. And that's a great finish. And that's the second goal that we said that Rangers would require.
Well, it's Barry Ferguson's first Old Firm goal since the Scottish Cup final of 2002. And there's a long way for Celtic to come back from now. It may be the masters of a comeback, but this might be beyond them. Naylor. Celtic's response to that second goal is going to be to bring on Aidan McGeady for Nakamura, who's been quiet today.
Well, I'm not surprised here. Because I just... Pretty foul there from Kazan, but I'm not surprised McGeady's coming on, because for me, Celtic went far too much through the middle. They've had no real width in this match, and I think McGeady has been missed for that, sitting down this left-hand side.
Nakamura out of place, and on comes Aidan McGeady. In Celtic's current squad, only Bobo Balde has played in more Old Firm games than McGeady. And Balde, of course, couldn't be more out of favour if he tried at the moment.
But that second goal here, it all comes from Celtic trying to go through the middle, overpassing it, they get caught out. Rangers do what they've been doing all game very well, which is nicking it in that midfield area and breaking quickly.
Donati, great challenge from Lee McCulloch. Rangers buzzing. Charlie Adam. They want a third, and against Celtic, they might need it. Novo's cross. Kennedy leaves it for Boris. Approaching the hour mark, and it looks at the moment like it's going to be 3 wins out of 3 for Walter Smith against Gordon Strachan, the captain making a telling contribution.
Although Gordon Strachan has changed it, I think he may need to change it even more. Be interesting to see if he even thinks about bringing on Rardon, maybe replacing him with Janusik and sticking him up front with Scott McDonald. In this kind of game, they need goals quickly now. And Rardon is certainly one player that can do the unexpected. That's something that Celtic have lacked today.
Donati. Rangers, that's the full one from McGeady just on. And it's going to be a yellow card. And that's 5 yellow cards for Celtic now.
There's contact there from McGeady. Goes right through the back of McCulloch. Right in front of Mike McCurry.
All the yellow cards have gone Celtic's way. But nothing much else has today. Rangers ruling on Derby Day in Glasgow. To win by 4 goals, by the way, they would overtake Celtic at the top, and they might fancy doing that the way it's going at the moment.
You see McCoy's down track side, he's out applauding his players for their tenacity in midfield.
McGeady. Mind you, it'll be a very different story if Celtic were to get one back. Kennedy struggling here though, just managed to hold off Kuzan. Massimo Donati. Caldwell has taken the captain's armband after Stephen McManus' departure on a stretcher. McGeady. Naylor's cross. Donati. Nacho Novo for Charlie Adam. Sidesteps Snow. Celtic now need all their powers of recovery, and they do have some powers. But Rangers in no mood to let this slip. Such a significant game, the first Old Firm game of the season. Nacho Novo getting stuck into Gary Caldwell. It's going to sail away though, much to Rangers' joy and much to the dismay of Gordon Strachan and those of a Celtic persuasion. Walter Smith has got it in for Strachan since returning to Ibrox. 2 wins last season, 2-0 up this season.
I think the worrying thing for Celtic is that they are of course lacking Hartley, Jan Fenneroff Hesselink, Wilson as well, and today McManus. It's big players for Celtic. The worry must be though, they are thin on the ground up front. Certainly compared to Rangers at the moment, when you look at Beasley and Naismith on the bench for them, and Boyd doesn't even make it to the bench.
McGeady. Free kick for Celtic. Aidan McGeady aiming to add some zip. Jurassic, OD, Kennedy, Caldwell, all waiting for a cross from Lee Naylor. Oh, and McGregor is going to pounce on it. It was anxious for a moment for Rangers.
The Rangers just switched off in the right back area. They allowed Donati and Naylor to take a simple touch and pass free kick, and that gave Naylor a good chance to play the ball in.
Scott Brown. Looked like there was too much on that, but David Weir still had to come across and beat Jurassic to it and present Celtic with a corner. A goal back now for the men in hoops changes the picture big time. They've not picked up Caldwell. Carlos Cuellar has met most things today though.
Again, Rangers just switching off, this time on the left side. We know that Celtic will not give up. We'll go the whole 90 minutes.
Snow. Now Naylor. Might have a go here. McCulloch quickly across though. And McCulloch gets a free kick off McGeady, who's furious with Mike McCurry for having been booked already. He'd be wise to keep his mouth shut.
I think McCulloch's clever here, he just used his body. I don't think McGeady does anything wrong at all.
This time, free kick goes against McCulloch.
There's no doubt the scrappy play will suit Rangers more than Celtic.
Rangers have stumbled in the SPL lately, but they're putting that right today. And we really should have a proper title race this season. Hang on though, Scott Brown. Hoisted high by Hutton. Kuzan. Ferguson. Looking to pick out Nacho Novo. Steered away by Kennedy. Caldwell. Donati for Naylor. McGeady. David Weir met it. Donati. Caldwell. Yarasik. Wrong option. Ferguson. Oh, Barry Ferguson leading this charge. Kuzan. Handball shout. Nothing doing. Snow. He's been tripped by Charlie Adam.
Well, Rangers fans thought this was a pen. Kuzan on the left-hand side, playing it in. You can see there, the arm is up. There's contact. For me, that is a penalty.
Carlos Cuellar commanding today. The Spaniard who played against Rangers last season for Osasuna. Rangers know that a Celtic goal in the next few minutes could certainly make things extremely nervous.
Yeah, but things are really playing into Rangers' hands at the moment. They can afford to sit back. It's the way they like to play football now. Try and soak it up and catch Celtic on the break.
Ferguson. A man for this occasion, as was he. Van der Snow. Celtic need to hit back and soon. McGeady up against Hutton. He's got the better of Hutton for now. And here's Van der Snow. Wouldn't really come down for him. He needs a bit of help. Gets it from Naylor. And Hutton only had eyes on the ball.
That's good defending.
Donati. Caldwell far post. And a big chance maybe here. McDonald trying to tee up Yarasik. And Yarasik has caught David Weir, who was quick on his feet to be fair, but that's not going to stop Mike McCurry having a word with Yarasik.
Well, I think if Scott McDonald were to do that one again, he would take it down. He would have a go himself. He was unselfish trying to set up Yarasik, but I think he made the wrong decision.
Yuri Yarasik becomes the 6th Celtic player to be booked. Into the last 20 minutes. Celtic dominating the count, but little else.
No doubt if it remains this way, it'll be a real boost for Rangers before they go in against Barcelona. We know, against Celtic, 20 minutes is a long time.
Yarasik. Rangers refusing to budge. McGeady. McDonald. Free kick. Another opportunity knocks for Celtic.
McDonald has worked hard in this game. He's tried to get himself into the channels, but it's been very difficult for him against a stern Rangers defence.
Key moment perhaps as Naylor goes for it. McGregor though with a confident catch. coming later. We'll have all the latest scores and results in Football Saturday from 4. And that's followed by Aston Villa against Manchester United. The former Celtic manager Martin O'Neill coming up against Sir Alex Ferguson. Brown. And Donati wasn't picked up. And McGregor with a fine save.
Well, again, it's the third time in the second half. Rangers switching off. Donati's run not picked up. Again, it was McGregor on hand.
Donati's corner. McGregor's going to have that as well, but a crucial save to deny Donati. DeMarcus Beasley waiting to come on for Rangers, limped out of the USA's game against Switzerland in the week, but then he has had a bruised bone in his ankle for a while. Snow. The Celtic fans will be thinking if only they could sneak one back. Although they usually leave it late, it'll be the sooner the better, and Snow rather ambitious from that range. They needed something better than that. Marcus Beasley will soon be with us. A few players today receiving their Old Firm initiation. Marcus Beasley is going to take the place of Daniel Kuzan for the final quarter of an hour, but it doesn't look like they're making that change just yet. Mind you, Celtic haven't got the ball back yet for the throw-in, so I think the substitution might happen. So Kuzan off, and Beasley on.
Substitution for Rangers against
played in the Manchester derby last season. Good warm-up for the Glasgow derby.
Well, Beasley's going up front, but I wouldn't be surprised if McCulloch eventually ends up there and Beasley goes across the right-hand side for Rangers.
Beasley for McCulloch. Kennedy. We're beating Jarosik to it. Snow. Free kick for Evander Snow. Clipped by Novo. Although he came off worse.
I think his foot just gets caught on the ground there. Just twists it slightly. We know it would only take one goal from Celtic to get them going again.
Massimo Donati switches it to Aidan McGeady, and Rangers didn't see that coming, but having said that, Alan Hutton was quickly out. Donati. Scott Brown retrieves it. Offside against Yuri Jarosik this time. Celtic just haven't been able to stay onside all afternoon.
Yeah, but it's now a problem for Rangers as well. They're sitting very deep at times. I think that's why Walter Smith has brought on Beasley and looks to be bringing on Naismith as well, so that they can use the pace once they do win back possession. They've got pace up there in the channels.
Stephen Naismith was in the Kilmarnock team that held Celtic on the opening day. John Kennedy taking no chances. Rangers have a corner. Stephen Naismith is going to replace Nacho Novo, but not just yet. Novo limping. But he scored the first goal to put Rangers on their way. Adam. Still has it. Oh, Charlie Adam goes down. Penalty! The Van der Snoe's challenge. Penalty for Rangers. And a chance to well and truly finish off Celtic.
That was just fantastic play from Charlie Adam. You see, it's that little change in the body angle. Catches Snow, it's a tired tackle. He's just stretching his leg out, no doubt at all. He's trying to say he didn't catch him, but he did. Looks like Nacho Novo.
Well, he was about to be replaced, and he was limping a moment ago. Funny how that limp disappeared.
But he won the argument for the ball. Over 3 or 4 wanted to take it.
It is Nacho Novo. It is 3-0. Novo, a man for the occasion. And this is one mighty occasion. Rangers have walloped Celtic. Bring on a proper title race.
Well, it's a well-taken pen. Boris goes the wrong way. No doubt about that one. Novo keeps it low, hits it hard. Doesn't really have to find the corner. Boris is already on the deck. You can see now the body language of the Celtic players. Nothing like the body language of Ali McCoy's.
Well, he was limping before he took the penalty, and that is going to be his last contribution. He scored the first goal and the third, but Nacho Novo will be given a standing ovation now as he leaves the field, and Stephen Naismith will come on for the last 10 minutes or so. A double for Novo, and Rangers, by the way, are 1 goal away from overtaking Celtic at the top. They're going to join them on the same number of points anyway.
Well, we said it before, he is a big-time player, Nacho Novo. He's been desperate to get himself back into the team, and he's done himself a lot of favours yet again today.
Nacho Novo, the star of the show, the man of the moment. The Rangers have certainly seized the moment on Derby Day in Glasgow. They are giving their Glasgow rivals a trouncing.
Yeah, it's been a really convincing display from Rangers. They've worked it well. They haven't allowed Celtic to get into the usual passing game, certainly in midfield. It hasn't worked for Celtic, and that's because Paul Smith has set his midfield up to really pressure to get on top of the Celtic players and do on the front foot, and it's really worked. They're getting that first goal. Nacho Novo got them on the way. From then on, they haven't really looked back.
The Celtic fans hurting. Such is the agony and the ecstasy of Derby Day in this city. Rangers heading for a third successive victory over Celtic. And so far, Celtic have failed to score in those 3 games.
Well, the last 2 didn't mean much at all. But I think as far as this season goes, in the early part of it, this one means everything.
It's 50 years since Celtic failed to score in 3 Old Firm games running. Gordon Strachan fuming today. Naylor pops it in, and Donati helped it on, but McGregor stood firm. And Stephen Naismith, as Rangers took the direct route, but able to keep it under control, not that it was particularly easy. Will get a free kick.
I think Donati has been the best of Celtic's midfielders. Van der Snow for me has been a big letdown today. Scott Brown, he's battled on. Maybe he wasn't fully fit, but certainly in that midfield area today it's all been about the guys in blue shirts. Barney Ferguson, Charlie Adam and Thompson also running the show in there.
Rangers SPL form of late, indifferent, but not today. Celtic have met their match. They've been brushed aside.
Yeah, McDonald just getting caught underneath Davy Weir.
It's resounding for Rangers. 3-0 up. 4-0 would take them to the top of the table above Celtic. Thompson lost out to his big mate from their Hibs days together. Scott Brown, free kick against Naismith, who is receiving his Old Firm initiation too, along with a few others today.
Well, he has been the player in midfield that's been willing to put his foot in for Celtic.
Hutton. Charlie Adam now. Rangers don't want to declare on 3. Every pass being applauded.
I think you can see that this fixture, as much as anything, okay, it's about quality, but it's also about attitude, and I think from the very beginning of this game, Rangers were that bit sharper, and I think they wanted it that bit more.
Charlie Adams suddenly saw room in front of him. Here's DeMarcus Beasley now. It's Alan Hutton on the overlap, of course it is. Beasley. Thompson. Able to hold off Yarosek. Charlie Adam, likewise. It's Ferguson. Naismith making moves ahead of him. Ferguson still going. And he's got a free kick.
Well, there's plenty of showboating now from the Rangers players. They all want it.
He's running the show today, isn't he?
Yeah, Barney Ferguson has been absolutely everywhere. It's not just been the quality of his play though, it's his determination today.
Colwell given a ticking off by Mike McCurry, but he avoids a yellow card. 6 of his teammates haven't been quite so fortunate. Ferguson over the free kick. The Rangers fans on their feet. Is there more punishment to come for Celtic? Ferguson goes low. Only 2 men in the wall, but they dealt with it sufficiently. Gordon Strachan won't want to glance at that scoreboard. Celtic second best today. Naylor and Hutton squaring up here. And yet more for Mike McCurry to sort out, and Darren O'Dea and Hutton now having a go at each other, and it's threatening to boil over. Even Alan McGregor's rushed over. Nearly everyone was getting involved then, although to be fair, some did act as peacemakers, and Mike McCurry's going to have a word with Alan Cunningham, his assistant.
It's just daft this late on in the match. If you look at later on, after Borch is even out there, I know what he's doing there, I've got no idea.
No surprise there. So, Alan Hutton, Lee Naylor, summoned to Mike McCurry. An old firm flare-up, which will result in more cards. Even Alan McGregor's coming across to have his say here. Barry Ferguson also advising Mike McCurry. Well, there are cards coming out, and Ferguson's going to have to give McCurry some room here to show cards to Naylor and Hutton.
Well, you see Boric tried to give Mike McCurry a pat on the back and say, OK, I'll see you later, but Mike McCurry said, no, I'll see you very soon, just stand there.
Yellow card for Lee Naylor, and yellow card too for Alan Hutton, and maybe one to come for Boritz. Hutton, the first Rangers player to be booked today. Artur Boritz, if he's getting a card here, is going to be the 8th Celtic player to be booked, and you suspect that will bring a hefty fine.
Well, McGregor booked, obviously has said something.
Eight yellow cards for Celtic.
Yeah, it's not really been that kind of game. It's been fairly open. Lots of endeavour from the players. It's not been a dirty match at all, and this has just spoiled it a little bit at the end.
Trust Artur Boritz to get involved needlessly, although having said that, Alan McGregor as well came rushing over. Got into trouble too. In fact, also as a result of that melee, Darren O'Dea got a yellow card, so that's 9 Celtic players booked today. The expression says it all. Walter Smith heading for a hat-trick of wins over Gordon Strachan since returning to the Ibrox helm. The New Year Old Firm clash is going to be quite something, isn't it? But then they're always quite something whatever time of the year. It's going to be 3 minutes officially added on, although that melee took a while to sort out, so there might be a little longer. Something certainly rattled today. Going to be a deserved victory for Rangers. And they are going to go level on points with Celtic. Both teams off into the Champions League in midweek. Celtic play Benfica in Lisbon, and Rangers play Barcelona here. Bring them on. Beasley. A fourth goal would certainly cap off of a memorable day. Nacho Novo given the Sponsors Man of the Match award here, although Barry Ferguson once again has been the man.
Yeah, it's been some rebuild project from Walter Smith, and they've come a great distance in a short time.
Supporting Rangers.
Oh, you can see he wanted that one. It's a long throw in from Hutton. He gets the initial challenge. Beasley hits it well, and it just drops to McCulloch in an offside position.
Lee McCulloch dreamt of that moment as well. Rangers fan, who's got to play for the team of his dreams, but he's not got to score for them in an Old Firm match yet. Donald Stephen Naismith back inside his own box. Caldwell, offside against Scott McDonald, who has been most of the afternoon. A desperate day for Celtic, 9 yellow cards, and remember, their captain Steve McManus stretched it off in the first half.
Well, here is McCulloch's goal, and should have it stood. Well, when Beasley hits the ball, you can see the offside line, which means McCulloch was onside, and it should have been 4-0.
McCulloch denied a goal that would have taken Rangers above Celtic, but they've emphatically beaten their Glasgow rivals anyway. 2 goals for Novo, who certainly is a big game player, and games don't come much bigger than this. Talking of big name and big game players, Barry Ferguson scored in between Novo's double, and that really proved to be a bitter blow for Celtic. Mike McCurry showed 9 yellow cards to Celtic, just the 1 for Rangers. There were 1 or 2 flare-ups along the way, but what else do you expect on a day like this? The champion Celtic, well and truly beaten, well and truly humbled by Novo and co. Rangers haven't had it their own way in the SPL of late, but after some poor results, they bounced back to beat their old foes in the Old Firm game. Hutton's cross was good, but should have been dealt with by Celtic. Novo did deal with it, 1-0. Barry Ferguson popped up to score his first Old Firm goal since the Scottish Cup final of 2002. Celtic showed signs then of a possible recovery, but they were finished off when Evander Snow brought down Charlie Adam, and Novo, who'd been hobbling, slotted the penalty away with ease. Celtic have had it a bit easy in the last couple of seasons in winning the title. It's not going to happen that way this time, that's for sure. It ends at Ibrox. Rangers 3, Celtic 0.
Rangers are in blue heaven. 3 goals and 3 points in the first Old Firm match of the season. And they've joined Celtic at the top of the Clydesdale Bank Premier League. It couldn't have gone much better for them. And all the after-match reaction to come. Don't miss it.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Clydesdale Bank, always on the ball.
The pressure's building. Who will keep their place for next year's PGA Tour? Find out more at the Fry's Electronics Open, in association with the Royal Bank of Scotland Group. Tonight from 9 on Setanta 1 and Setanta Golf.
Tenants, proud to support Scotland, wherever it takes us, whatever it takes.
It's surprising when your boiler packs up how quickly it turns Arctic. Surprising too is just how fast British Gas will be round to help.
Morning, Mr. Johnson.
8 out of 10 call-outs get same-day service.
Thanks a lot, mate. Well, there you go.
Fast, affordable home care from only £9 a month, with just £50 to pay for each repair.
Get ahead with Argos's Toy-tastic deals. This week save 25% off top toy brands including Play School, Bratz, My Little Pony, Hot Wheels, Lego and Thomas the Tank Engine. Plus pick up your new Argos Christmas gift guide in-store now. Don't shop for it, Argos it.